17 years ago, the doctor told me I have 10 days to die. What a prediction. I had lung cancer, and from side to side, from top to bottom. So what did I do? Is the following. I turned cancer into a life-saving journey. First of all, everybody knows that cancer is not an easy disease. They give them terms, and the best way to be treated actually is with chemotherapy. Chemotherapy is like petrol into your lungs, petrol into your system. Actually, you need something bad to cure something equally bad. And you need something good to cure something good. So here we go. I learned from that 10-day warning, and I got up. I got my first chemotherapy on my birthday, 23rd of April, and after that, I wanted to leave the hospital. Unfortunately, we all do have cancer. It's not active. It becomes active for a reason. And my reason was, I guess, to be an adventurer. So the life that I was living was boring, I guess. So I had to have cancer in order to change into a more interesting life. I don't wish you to go through what I went through, but I hope you will have the Hawk syndrome at the end of the show. My mother-in-law died while I was leaving the last day of the hospital. She was in a coma for 2 days. I went into her room. She was not far from my room. She opened her eyes. She gave her hand. She says, "The rest of my life, I give it to you." And she died on the spot. I asked my priest, about this phenomenon. He says, no, nothing like that can happen. You cannot transfer life to another person. I said, fine. So I made a vow, because I'm Christian, because I'm Armenian, because there was a cross across my room. I said, okay, I'll travel around the world. I photograph every Armenian church around the globe. Because you are weak, you give yourself the challenge to do something. But I didn't know what the challenge was until I opened the book and I started looking at the locations of Armenian churches. To my surprise, the Armenians are busy traveling around the world. They didn't leave a continent except Antarctica, which I'm really sad because I wanted to go there also. So here we go. We started going to Iraq, the Middle East, and Saddam Hussein was alive. And I was treated very well because the bodyguards, the Secret Service, was always with me at that point. And it was dangerous because of, the Kurdish issues, etc. But that was an eye-opening for me, to go around the world and photograph the Armenian church. I had to return every month to the hospital for checkups because that was the procedure. And then I worked a little bit more at our store. We had a photography store with my wife and 2 daughters. And of course, I had to borrow the money from the store in order to fly to Africa. And in Africa, Ethiopia, for example, and then returned back to the hospital. The stage of the checkups turned from 1 month to 3 months. So they didn't want to see me every now and then. Europe was very beautiful. San Lazzaro in Italy. So again, I returned to the store, more business, more stealing from the business, explaining to my wife, Armenians have built churches in Singapore, in other places. She says, okay, you got to fly because you made a vow. And she's very understanding till now. She hasn't changed the key to the house every time I return from a continent. And she also has the Hawk syndrome now. She travels with me every now and then. So I returned again back to the store, make more money, made some exhibitions, sold some books, and traveled again, this time to Australia. I didn't see kangaroos, by the way, only churches, Armenian churches, because I didn't go there to play a tourist. So that was my vow, to be exactly a pilgrim. And Australia was also good. North America, of course. And at the stage where you see North America, I'm already seeing the doctor only once a year. They don't want to see me because everything looks fine. The 10-day prediction turned into wider and wider. North America was interesting also. Again, exhibitions and traveling. South America was very, very interesting because I met a man, 99-year-old man, and he said the secret to longevity of a real man is ladies. So I took his advice, and I started actually shooting nude photography. So at the stage of my life where the churches were almost over, this gentleman of 99 years, I wouldn't say old because he was young and very bright, he gave me this bright idea that life is not only churches, it's also beauty of the body. So one step at a time, I started shooting nudes. And my models are my friends and also my wife. This is one of the quotes that you see from another friend. It's an honest quote. I didn't pay her to write something good. So nudity is also a challenge up till now. Since the challenges were not enough as if, and then there are stages in our lives that we want to continue to venture into more interesting places, I was taking pictures of Mount Ararat since 1992, and it was a beautiful mountain, always gorgeous to photograph, if she let us photograph, of course, as you know. And one day, I decided to climb the mountain. That day was in July 2010. Family and friends, as you saw earlier here, the transfer of energy and from family and friends. To climb a mountain, you need to be physically fit. As you can see, I'm not physically fit. I'm not a bodybuilder or a mountaineer. It was my first time that I'm climbing a mountain. And in order to climb a mountain, you need to have the energy of your friends. Some friends that are present here who have also climbed the mountain have borrowed the energy climbing the mountain while thinking about your real friends, your girlfriends, your boyfriends, your mother, your father, your neighbor, etc. They give you energy. That's what I found out. Positive energy is always transferable. So you have to take positive energy and give back positive energy in order to continue. So this is what I learned. I made it to the top, 5,165 meters or 16,946 feet, for those who are very interested. The climb was an achievement because I was thinking of my doctor. Before climbing the mountain, I had to go to the hospital again. So they had to check my lung capacity. They checked it, and they had to recheck it twice because the capacity of my lungs are a 20-year-old's lungs. So chemotherapy, I guess, is helping to be younger, I guess. So don't go into chemotherapy yet. Life is beautiful from the air. I'm a pilot by profession, and I had to fly in order to get beautiful shots of our planet. As you can see, our planet is not only beautiful ladies, not only beautiful churches, it's also a beautiful planet. I have photographed war. You will not see the pictures here. It's not my character, so I want to leave you with only positive images. This planet is worth seeing. This planet is worth living in. And we have to be taking care of the planet, balancing it out, because if we don't take care of it, it's not going to take care of us. To look and to see, that's what I learned through photography. Through cancer, I've been more open. I've been more concentrating on small details. As you can see in my back, there is a shadow now. Here again, you see a picture with a couple of bald heads inside a shadow. Here you go. So what I've learned is that life is very beautiful. Life is worth living, and the planet is a gorgeous place for animals, for the water that we drink, and for the daily life. I never worry because I know nothing's going to be all right. And if my calculations is correct, I will die in 9 days. I will leave you with this picture. This picture represents for me a window inside a church. And what's obvious is that a tiny sand has given chance for that little tree to be born where there's no life. Thank you very much.